Sue here from Our Journey in Miles, and Mark is somewhere indoor. This here is Miles. It is now August 2025, and it's a little over 8 years now since Mark and I have been living full-time in Miles. He's our 2014 Newmar Dutch Star. And we often get asked, what do you do when you go back home? Every summer we do make our way back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we get asked a lot, so what do you do? Because usually we're here about 3 months. And in this video, we would like to share what this summer was like. Every summer is a little bit different, but we do a lot of the same things. We get back here for doctors and dentists and a lot of family and friend time. So we're going to share in this video what we all did this summer in Milwaukee. Let's get going. One of the first things I do once we get settled in is hop on Amtrak to visit my daughter and family down in a suburb of Chicago. It's actually a pretty relaxing ride to Chicago Union Station.
Union Station is coming up here in just a couple of more minutes. We do ask that you please start taking time. I'd like to thank you all for traveling this morning. We hope you enjoyed your trip. Hope to see you again as soon as your travel plans permit. Chicago Union Station.
Once there, I just walk over to the Metro and take that out to the area where my daughter picks me up. It's only like about a mile from her home. This is way better than driving around Chicago. So I do stay about a week to 10 days, and I actually got down there 3 times this summer. My heart is full, and I wish Sam would just let me show my grandkids, but she made me promise to never put them on our channel. And I think that's way too bad. They are so dang cute. But, of course, that's pretty much how we all feel about our grandkids, right? In the meantime, back in Milwaukee, Mark is whooping it up.
Okay, so Sue said I should take a couple of laps around the campground while she's gone. So I figured I'd put on the headband so I don't sweat too much and have it dripping into my eyes. And well, you got to have music, so I've got my iPods in. She said 2 laps around the campground, so I'm thinking, what the heck, I'll take the car. It's a lot easier. One of the side bonuses of working on stuff like this while Sue's gone is I don't know if she notices. She never says anything, but my hair really gets messed up when I work on stuff. So rather than being embarrassed by my hairdo in front of the woman I love, I do this while she's gone, and I'm thinking she never really knows.
Yep, he even confessed to his afternoon naps. He even finds time to work on YouTube stuff and deep diving into AI and RV related info. And of course, when I'm not there, he's staying up till like 2 or 4 in the morning. There's no way I could do that.
Well, it's 7:13 in the morning, and today's excitement is one of the things that we typically do when we're in the Wisconsin State Fair RV park, and that is we go on a bike ride. Now, we typically have our bikes covered here, and they're locked up, so hopefully it'll slow people down. And normally we wouldn't chain to a picnic table like this, but I'm here to tell you that this picnic table is about 400 pounds. It's unbelievably heavy. So we feel fairly safe with it tied to that. So in a few minutes, the bike path actually is right down the sidewalk here, literally only about 400 feet. Now I'm going to turn right and go on the trail and go meet my buddy, Jerry.
Good morning. It's an adventure morning. We're going for a bike ride for breakfast, and we're doing something different actually. Usually we ride together. Today we're not. So I've got a breakfast date. I got my bike here. Meeting some friends, and Mark decided he was going to go meet his buddy Jerry for breakfast somewhere else though. It's been a whirlwind here. So no, I'm not going to show you what our rig looks like right now. It's worse than embarrassing. Okay, usually it's embarrassing, it's worse. I just got back last night. I was in Chicago area. My daughter is in a suburb of Chicago. And I just got back later last night. The train was delayed, several things going on. So I just threw everything in Myles. Poor Myles, he's a mess. We'll get back to that later and fix that up. So anyways, I'm heading out, riding to meet the girls. This is a special group of friends that I'm meeting with, Wendy and Anna and Pat. We've known each other for probably about 20 years, and we all met through swing dancing. That's actually how I met Mark, too. And we've been friends, and anytime I come back in town, we make sure we have our girly get-together, and no boys allowed sort of thing. So I'm unlocking my bike and getting ready to hit the streets and go for breakfast. So I'm taking you for a ride on my bike. Got you on my mount. That's why you're at a funny format, different, more than usual. All right, I'm running late, but I'm not going to get anywhere unless I go inside and get the battery for my bike. Battery in hand, and water is turned off. Hearing Mark's voice in my head. Turn the water off. Got it. These are my friends, Anna, it's Wendy. Swing dance for over 20 years now. Way over. This is our girl clutch. Gotta have it. Meanwhile,
It's 8:45 in the morning, and I made it to first watch, and I beat Jerry to the restaurant. All locked up right next to the gate here. And if you don't know anything about this chain, they have excellent breakfasts and lunches. Highly recommended. So my buddy Jerry, the professional driver that actually taught me how to drive my RV, he got lost on the way here.
But smart enough to ask for directions.
Well, you know why you got lost? You didn't have Wendy here.
Yeah, you know
Wendy, of where? Wendy and Jerry. Let's go in. We got a guest, I noticed here. Yes, we have a guest for breakfast.
How is it that as a seasoned truck driver, you couldn't find this place?
Used to be Ruby Tuesdays.
Oh,
If you would have told me Ruby Tuesdays, I'd have
then
been
you would have
spot
known.
on.
Oh, you want to leave and come back and try it again? We'll tell you it's Ruby Tuesday.
and our calendar is always filled with doctor, dentist, and chiropractor appointments, including a colonoscopy for Mark this year. Of course, you always weigh yourself before and after. I swear Mark lives and breathes RVing. Even coming out of anesthesia, he was trying to get his doctor to buy a Dutch Star.
So public service announcement. If you want a good sleep, have your procedure. But I can tell you that my Dr. Wilson is a traveler, but he doesn't have an RV. So folks, I'm going to tell them about the National Indoor RV Center. Expo Center. See if I can talk him into a Dutch Star.
And then there was my x-ray and MRI that showed I have a torn rotator cuff. Really don't have time for this. One of the things we love about Milwaukee in the summer is there are plenty of outdoor music events like this one every Wednesday night at Hart Park. This summer, it seems like I made a lot of reconnections with friends like my former coworker and her sister. We go way back. And we had the opportunity to spend time with subscribers like Jeff and Nancy, who stayed in the park. And there are more, but I didn't take photos of them, and I apologize for that. Then we had a number of birthdays to celebrate, including Mark's, mine, and Laura, our daughter-in-law, married to Mark's son, Alex.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Also, Wendy and Jerry. We're all Geminis here. Well, Jerry's one day off, but we still let him be part of the club. Then we also met many people for lunch. Chuck and Donna, Marcia. Then John and Pam, subscribers we spent time with in Florida, were in the State Fair RV Park with us for a while. So we got to the Botanical Gardens Thursday night concerts. It is an awesome venue. If you're ever in that area, you gotta go there Thursday nights. And we got there early because you can see it gets crowded. And then we also did plenty of biking with them. After
One
a nice
of the
bike ride.
advantages of having a YouTube channel
Oh,
is that
geez.
when you get recognized by some of the subscribers, they feel sorry for me because I'm always talking about being able to afford the Death Star. So they invite us over. Not for those stinking burgers. Look at
Oh, wow.
this. Filet mignons.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
Wow.
Cooked on a Ninja wood fire electric grill. Wow.
You guys know how to grill. Mark, what's your problem?
I have so many. I need
How do you keep track?
I need a separate episode just to talk about them all.
We also try to get together as much as we can, especially if Brian is offering to grill. We get together with what we call our six-pack, two other couples we do a lot with. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you might recognize Brian and Linda, Wendy, and Jerry.
So when you live in a Dutch Star, there are ways that you have to invent to get some exercise, because it gets even worse when you're a YouTuber like Sue and I. You have to make sure you get some exercise, because many times I literally am sitting right behind this window working on a video, and the only exercise I get is when I decide that I need a sandwich, and I literally only walk that far because my refrigerator's on the other side of the rig right here. Yes, I do get the exercise walking back to my computer, but you know what? I'm telling you, there have been days that the amount of steps that I've done was ridiculously small. So what we've found and has worked for us is our bicycles that are back here, we end up inventing trips. Yes, many times the trips are a destination trip where we go to a restaurant, we ride all the way there, and then we ride back. We make sure that the ride is in the neighborhood of 12 to 15 miles one way and then come back. Yes, we have electric bikes and you only get so much exercise, but you are moving the blood around. Well, today's is no different. Today's trip is no different. We're going to actually go take something back at Kohl's, then we're going to reroute and we're going to stop and have a Cobb salad at Panera. Then we're going to ride over to Costco and we're going to take something back there. We've got a number of these insulated bags. We're going to empty out the stuff that we usually carry around. We're going to put these insulated bags in, and we're going to make a day of having fun and being together. Speaking of being together, why don't you come along with us and see what it is when we have a fun day like this. Let's get going.
Good job, honey. Nice and healthy.
I know. So we made it to Costco. We've got our insulated bags that we're going to try to estimate the amount of room we have. So we buy the right amount. Going to lock the two bikes to each other so it's an ungainly mess, and we'll lock it to the tree and hope for the best. Unbelievable OGym YouTube channel, fun and excitement. Look at that. You saw Sue looking back. She knows what it's like to have a good time. We're going to look at all them 85-inch TVs. You could saw the TV into 3 pieces, and that would be the size of the ones we got now.
We have to return stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Usually we take 2 carts and Mark is off on his own, but knowing our carrying capacity is really small, I insisted on 1 cart. But even with that, he wandered off. Just wonder where you are.
So let me give you a little OGIM pro tip. Just like your pets always like to leave their mark when they're in the neighborhood, here's what you do when you come to Costco. You go to the camera and you make sure that the selfie mode is like this, and then you go crazy, man. Mark your spot. Then you can take a look at it by seeing through the gallery. How do we get to the gallery? Oh, there we go. Sandman leaving his spot. There you go. So if you ever go to a Costco and you see that, you know that I was there.
And yes, Mark has done this across the United States. If anyone sees his photo still in Costco Apple iPad gallery, drop us an email with photo of where you found him. I went into the checkout lane.
Oh, you self-checkout?
Nobody, no, not self. There's nobody in the lane. And why am I waiting in the self-checkout?
Unbelievable. I got my favorite when I'm at Costco, the peppers, but we're eating healthy. Got rid of the powdered creamer. We got the fire roasted vegetables. We got romaine lettuce, lemons, bananas, and little cabbages, whatever those are called.
All for only $103.
The reason I had to get the peppers is when you were gone, it was awesome to have the pepper, so I had the protein, and then I could load up on little cabbages and broccoli.
There we go. We got everything.
We could have bought more.
No, we could not have. But we got everything in our 2 packs.
Pro tip always is make your wife do the hard part. So all I did was unlock the bikes.
I packed
because then
it.
what she does is she packs 90% of the stuff in her bike, and then I only get the carryover. So I only got about 37.4%.
That is the truth. I got the heavy load for sure. But surprisingly, we got everything in there, and now we're back. About 15 more miles to go, right? I think it is.
I want you to be careful not to show our viewers when I have my hat off and I'm putting my beanie on. Hey, why do I wear the beanie? I get sunburned through my helmet.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
So after this 30-mile bike ride, we got a lot done. And then there are the rainy days, which we don't mind. This is time to edit videos and make cookies. Another of the things that we definitely do while parked in Wisconsin so long is we create a things to do list. Buying things to be shipped here is big. Our bike bags literally were splitting at a few of the seams and very weathered, and after our Costco ride, we decided to replace them. Mark is always checking our tires with our TST tire pressure monitor, and we do replace the cap sensor batteries typically every 12 months. Some users have reported longer lifespans, but we go with about a year.
So I was smart enough to assign this job to my wife, Sue, because I would have to sit here and paint this. Now, what's this? Okay, I don't know if this is sanctioned by Newmar, but the underside of our RV has this mystery surface here that I've always worried about it getting damp from the air. Not necessarily water going on it, but it's just getting condensation and things on it. So this is the second time I've done this, where I take some type of a urethane, and I suppose if I was more of a man, I might even use an oil-based one, but I'm not, so I use the water-based one. And Sue came out here and very patiently painted the underside of this, because this feels like some type of a fancy masonite or something like that. And I wanted some type of a coating on it to give it a semblance of being waterproof. Our rig is a 2014 Newmar Dutch Star, and I can tell you that it's in really good shape on the underside here, and I'd like to keep it that way. So that was one of the things that we did when we were in a parking lot that had asphalt underneath us, and so that if we were getting any paint that dropped down, it didn't mean anything, it didn't cause any damage, and the first 2 rainstorms afterwards, it was all gone. So this was the stuff.
Mark also did some tank maintenance with the Flush King back flush valve.
Many, many years ago, I ended up buying this gadget here that forces water back into your gray and black system. I've pushed back in 44% of the black capacity. And when the water goes in, it is of course clear. And pull the valve. The Chan Man has got really clean tanks. And if that makes you want to subscribe, we'll take it.
So another thing we do while we're just sitting here for the summer is we always break out this 301. It's a UV protection, and we will put it on our slide seals here every summer to keep it nice and supple. And we also actually use it indoor. We'll spray it on the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and we'll actually even do the recliners and the dining booth too. And it's not so bad if you put it on your tires. Why not? We're out here, right? Wow. This is definitely take care of Myles time. This is his TLC time.
All right, if you go on irv2.com, which is where the smart people reside about RVing, and everything that you want to know about RVing is on that website, you will find that this literally is probably the only product you want to use on most of the rubber and plastics and things on your RV. In particular, for your motorhome tires, you have to be very careful that you don't put anything on that has any petroleum distillate products, or you're going to end up ruining your tires. So this is kind of the de facto favorite to clean up your tires after you wash all the dirt and everything off, swab them down. It's a good UV protector. So we had to open up the Honda over there to get the ladder out, and you can see that I wisely have Sue up on the ladder. You certainly don't want the Chan Man up there.
Oh yeah.
How's it going up there, Sue?
All right, I'm bringing that camera up here in a second. We're cleaning out the gutters, and we usually don't park underneath the trees, but in May and June we were inundated with little flying seeds and leaves and stuff like that. And just like with the house, we thought we better clean out the gutter. Yeah. I am amazed on what's up here. It's a leaf and muddy mess.
Realistically, Sue, why don't you confess that we've never cleaned the gutters?
No, we have never.
6 years.
No, we haven't, and live and learn. So I'm simply using a popsicle stick. You can see how I'm just grabbing. You can see how I'm grabbing all this gunk. This is like mud. Look out below. But look at all that. This is all in our gutter. Look at how clean that is now. What a difference.
Okay, now I could do this, but by the time I'm done, I would need a back rub and probably 4 ibuprofens, and maybe I wouldn't be able to bike ride after we're done. So this is a secret videotape of Sue taking care of business for the Chan Man, and looking quite stylish while she's doing it, I might add.
So another thing I always do when I get back in town, sitting in Wisconsin, is I take care of my babies. So my little bonsai's got some trimming. This one got a little bit more than I wanted. He dried up kind of when I was in Chicago. That's okay, it's coming back. But I get to take care of them. A cool thing is, on the bike path by us, there's some really awesome moss. So I dug up some moss too and did some replanting. So this is my gardening. Only in the summer. And during the time I'm visiting my daughter, this actually gives Mark time to do some indoor cleaning too.
So this is how the place really looks. This is day 3. I try to clean up after myself and tidy up, especially this can get out of control, the dishes there. And sometimes I have too much time in my hands because you'll notice that the refrigerator magnets are not only organized, but the articles are alphabetized that are on there. But pretty much nothing's out of place. And hold on here a second. Okay. All right. So you'll notice that I'm constantly watering the plants for the wife and spend very little time in these couches. That's why they're so clean.
But we got to keep reminding ourselves, it's always something even if you own a sticks and bricks house. So we just want to keep Myles going. He's been good to us. And besides getting down to the Chicago area to visit my daughter, I also make sure I get up to Manitowoc, my hometown, to visit family and friends there. Starting with one of my sisters, Beth. You can see that our mom instilled the love of gardening in her also, along with the love of dogs.
Guys. Let's go. We're taking a video of you walking your dogs.
My path?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And while there, I get together with childhood friends, high school friends, and we had a family reunion on my mom's side, which we have every year. And this actually was the first one without my mom. We had one more morning at my sister's until next summer. We can hear the morning birds. Look at that garden. You can hear the river down there. The cool part is my sister has a path that goes down to the river. You can see it kind of in the distance. My dad always said, I just want to sit at the river and go fishing. Well, this is his recliner. She put it down here and put a bunch of plants in it. And that's my dad hanging out at the river. But before I drove back to Milwaukee, I had to visit Bernice, the 14-foot fiberglass cow that has been in Manitowoc since the 1960s. If you're in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, you've got to stop at Cedar Crest Ice Cream Parlor. There it is, yum. Then there was one more stop before we leave Wisconsin. So here we are at the lake visiting my brother Rick and his wife Joan. We're going to take a nice little tour out on the pontoon. Beautiful summer afternoon. I can tell we're in good hands with this captain. This is what we need. It's these dogs that get all the clicks.
Yeah, right.
You haven't really experienced Wisconsin in the summer until you go to a cottage on a lake.
So what are you thinking of the dogs?
I'll take them both. Look at
What?
them. They're pretty calm.
What?
Loving. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they would travel well. Yeah.
You're trying to get rid of me prematurely?
Oh, no. No, I'll keep my pet I have. Mark actually got some water skiing in also. That evening, we went into town to a quaint little place with great food and service.
Woney Walk, right? Woney Walk?
Wani Walk.
Woney
Walk.
Woney Walk.
Where are you from? So you're really good at like getting things in and out?
And like I said, with my family, there's always gardening. We're planting flowers along the bank that Rick actually dug up from my sister's garden. Actually, that was my younger 64-year-old brother Rick skiing before. He was up at 6 a.m. to ski with his buddies on the lake. Nice. They were going out to play, kind of like being on summer break in grade school. This is actually what Mark was really doing. So that pretty much concludes a lot of what we did this summer. And if you enjoyed this video, we invite you to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when other videos are coming up. By the way, we've got a couple series that will be coming down the pipes months from now with Adventure Caravan. You want to keep tuned for that. They're going to be pretty awesome events. But hit that notification bell and leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys. And if we don't see you on the road in a RV park or maybe even a repair place, at least we will see you almost every Sunday. Thanks for joining us. Safe travels. See you on the road.